I think TV Off is one of my favorite. I wonder, is it my favorite? It might be my favorite record on here. And we know you love Peekaboo, but TV
Hmm.
Off has a popular appeal to it, right? It's a little more danceable, it's a little more fun. It like kind of grabs you in the way like a pop song kind of does.
Yeah, this is the Not Like Us of this record, right?
Right.
Like this is the it sounds like that coming in. It's DJ Mustard produced. It has the meme ability. It gives you everything you need in a song to like feel good and go behind and champion. So I see why most people like this. And at first listen, this was my jam, right? Like the number one. But it still is obviously one of my favorites I mean the whole album's my favorite. I love every song really. It's just Peekaboo stands out. But
When he says turn his TV off, is he talking about Drake?
yeah, it is Kendrick Lamar as as a Kendrick Lamar channel as we are. We know that there's layers to this, right? When we're talking about rap. So it's like when you say turn his TV off, you're talking about Drake. You're referencing Gil Scott Heron. You're as far as like
The
the
revolution will
revolution
not be
being
televised.
televised. It's straight. It's also street shit. Because if you say turn his TV off, you could be like take his head off, like take him out. You know what I'm saying? It's all those things in one line.
I didn't realize that that was synonym for kill somebody, but it makes perfect sense.
Turn his TV off.
Wow.
Like
Wow. That is a
oh,
crazy visual way of saying kill somebody. That's great. I didn't know that. Wow.
turn
Wow.
his TV off.
Wow.
Like
That's how it would appear to you if it happened
yeah.
to you. Like, holy
Like
shit.
you take somebody's head off, it's like, yo, it's TV. They shut his
Just,
TV off.
you're watching it and then you're not. um but
Let's get to the
the other big thing of this song is this where you start really talking about the Black Grand National and all of that.
Yep.
And
All I ever wanted was a black Grand National.
so stupid.
I always wanted to say that. I don't know why I hear it like that in my head. But yeah.
You think about Good Kid, Mad City, and it's a picture of his mother's minivan. And fast
Yeah.
forward to this, and this is now the car that symbolizes and represents him. And it's black, it's American, it's powerful, it's unique. It was only made in 1 year, in one
Mm-hmm.
color. You know, it represents the triple quadruple entendre ness of Kendrick, but also the sort of street powerfulness of him as well.
Power, prestige, and it's like specific to an era of black culture too, right? So
Yes.
specific to an era. And if he's specific to an era, he's saying like, I'm upholding an era. I'm upholding this culture. I'm upholding this. So, and then all I ever wanted is a black Grand National completely go calls back to like where he's from, like you said with that van. It's like all I ever wanted was this and I have it now. And then the next line as you see it, it says fuck being rational, give him what they ask him for. And I always feel like this is him, especially when you saw his interviews, him coming to the terms like I had to have this whole song, I had to do this because nobody else would, right? Like
Mm.
I told you I'm not your savior. I try to absolve myself of the responsibility, but realize I have to step up to the plate because who else is going to do this? And
Mm.
I think that's the entire point
What
of
is it?
like his battle space.
What is he saying here with the refrain of "It's not enough," right? And it's few solid niggas left, but I don't know what you mean there. But it's not enough. Bitches that'll really step, but it's not. Say you bigger than myself, but what is he saying here?
I like how you asked that like you really don't know.
No, I really don't. No, I
It's
really
like
don't. I really don't know what he's saying here.
it's like no, but I mean obviously saying like people who are real, who are thorough, saying like there's not enough people within this culture who are presented in parade out here in this industry basically and who are out here that are actually solid, who are actually valid, who are from where I come from, who have the same values that I have, who represent this era of the Black Grand National like I do. That's what he's saying there. in those lines. And you say you're bigger than myself, but it's not enough. Like you think that you're bigger than someone exactly like Drake, right? You think that you have everything. You think that you have something more than me, but you don't have enough. Especially when you get to the first line of this verse, when he says, "I'm the Alpha and Omega." If you're that's Revelations 22:13. I'm skipping over that because that's that. Think about that. I'm the Alpha and Omega. He told you from like
But
a straight Bible verse that I am the Alpha and Omega.
But don't lean too far ahead. I love this. We survived outside all from the music, nigga.
Music.
What?
Yes.
I mean, and we've talked before about what outside means as far as Kendrick and just the challenge, the freedom and the fearlessness, but the challenge of like, just doing it in this life. We survived in this life from the music. That's all we got. That's all we make. That's how I became all this huge fucking shit. So
and I'm special for it. Like we did it with the music. We didn't do it with drugs. We didn't do it with the shit that comes from. We did it from the music. So the hardest thing you can do, you know how hard it is to make a successful music career? He did that at the top level. My man's on a stadium tour. And that's the beauty of that line for me, as well as I don't want to skip over, I'll take the G pass shit, watch a nigga do it. That's him referencing to the battle, and I feel like it references to his Nipsey line later in the idea is like, I'll take a G pass. Like, you're not going to be able to come here with your fake gangster shit and take me out. I'm taking your pass away. You are not that, and get off my block. So that's an important line as well.
They like, what are you on? It's the Alpha and Omega, bitch. Welcome home. I'm the beginning and the end. Let's go. This is not a song. This is a revelation how to get a nigga gone. What?
Facts. So he's referencing Revelations, I think 22:13. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not the best at the remembering the Bible, as well as referencing by saying this is a revelation, right? And it's a revelation for you. Look at how I showed you how to get a nigga gone. Like, this is a revelation for you, the audience, that we are in a new space. And let me let you guys know that there's not enough of us here. We need more. There is not enough. There's few of y'all, but we need more. And we're going to turn this TV off. Anybody who's against this revelation.
You need you a man, baby. I don't know. Pay your, this is a very short verse. And I wonder why he made this first verse so short. Because we're right back into the chorus real fast.
Songwriting choice, because I feel like, especially attention span, songs are not as long as it used to be, and the deletion of the third verse is something that happens. If this is not reincarnated, right? Reincarnated is a whole giant thesis statement, immaculately written narrative, whereas this is like, I got to keep the people going and I got to keep them interested. So he says these lines, he gets these lines off, goes right back to the point of the song, because there's a huge beat switch coming. You know what I'm saying? So that matters. I'm trying to get to that within 3 minutes, so you gotta, it's just a songwriting choice. I can see why it would happen. So it goes back to the chorus, let these people know.
Hey, turn his TV off. Ain't with my type activities, then don't you get involved. If you don't want any problems, don't come over here. Hey, what? Huh? How many should I send? Send them all. These are just battle threats.
Whole time. This is the continuation of the battle. Like I said, this is the Not Like Us on the project, right? Where it's like still a pop song everybody could dance to. Everybody wants to, like, it's gonna go crazy tonight when you go to the show, right? so you got to have these lines, and this is what people wanted still. Do you think, I'm gonna ask this to you, do you think this was maybe one of the songs of the 10 that were supposed to be
I don't know. I'm gonna guess no, because I would guess that he would hold that, like, here's my 10 and I'm holding those 5 just in case we need that, and I'll write a new song. I don't, I'm not nothing. This is not precious to me. I'll just write another one. And I would wonder if the songs, like the other songs, are much more specific. Like if you're saying it was that, and then he changed it to make it less specifically anti-Drake.
Yeah.
Because like Not
Hmm.
Like Us and Beat the Grams and Euphoria couldn't be about anything else. It's so, it's so obviously clear what we're talking about. This is much more. I mean, in this version, it's not. You have to work to understand that it's about Drake, whereas the other songs were so obviously about Drake. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
feel
know.
like he just switched it up. Like, just like we said. I mean, for me, Family
Why do you
Matters.
think
There's
that?
lines because it sounds so similar. It feels so similar. And what's his Mustard gave him a pack, and he had a pack of Mustard beats, and I
Uh
think
huh.
he wanted to make sure that he had things that people could bop to because he hit people with Meet the Grams, and he's like, if that doesn't work, I need people who just need a song to bop to rock with this diss track too. So I feel like that's what to me this feels that way because it's so similar to me that it makes sense instead of the idea of maybe later on he just got a pack. But you never know. This is just my thoughts.
I mean, he
Could be
surely
wrong.
could get a beat from Mustard all the time.
Of
And,
course. Of course.
yeah.
It just seems like why would I get rid of if if I had actual 10 tracks? Say if he actually had it, it's like why would I get rid of these if they were hot? You know what I'm saying? Let me switch them up. Make now I put out a project. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, maybe. I mean, I don't know. You never know when you're going to need it. This nigga might pop off again. Might have to drop another song. Got to have, you know what I mean? You got to
I
have
don't think
nukes
he's good.
ready to go at any time.
What we've noticed is that I don't think Kendrick's gonna have a problem. Give me a week, I'll have 10 tracks. Like
Yeah.
I have a whole strategy in 10 tracks. But anyways, the revolution been
Been
televised. I fell
televised.
through with the knickknacks. Now that's an allusion to the Gil Scott Heron track, and it's like
Right.
f- falling through with the knickknacks. Like could be a reference to weapons and weapons being formed against him, and the weapons that he has as well. Um, it's these lyrics are straightforward, but you could get where certain things that he's calling back to, like, "Ain't nothing gonna get your chili up, get your money up,
I
black
mean,
out if they act out."
I'm trying to imagine what else knickknacks could be, but so often if you're not sure with Kendrick, it's a gun.
That's your go-to. It's like if I don't know, it's probably a gun. Well,
If
yeah,
I'm
as I said, it's weapons.
right, what was the other joint where you talking about the Kamasi? I come through with the Kamasi, like,
Yeah,
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 it's a gun. It's a
horn.
gun. It's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's what he's really saying.
He's like, when I don't know it's a gun. You're
Well,
not keen to a lot of the weapon and gun references.
well, if you guess it's a gun and start from there, you might find the right answer. Yeah, but okay. I hate a bitch that's hating on a bitch
Hating on
and
a
they
bitch.
both
Both
hoes.
hoes.
I hate a nigga hating on them niggas and they both broke.
Both broke.
He's
If you
just
ain't coming for some
stunting.
chili, what you come for?
It's not like it's not deep. It's just stunting. It's kind of I'm the shit rap.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, that's the ethos of all rap. It's like
Most, yes,
you
yes, for
don't know
sure.
you don't know me, you don't know where I'm from, unless you you know who my granny is, and fam, I'm the shit. Like you gotta be at my status to be fucking with me. But nigga feel like he entitled because he knew me since a kid. Bitch, I cut my granny off if she don't see it how I see it. That's
That
obviously one of
line
my favorite
is
lines.
so incredible.
It's crazy.
Like, what the fuck is the matter with you?
What
Like,
this is that's this is why I like um talking about these lines because it's like sometimes people like to present Kendrick like this infallible character and like a holier than thou character, but he never presents himself that way. He's like, I'll tell you that I'm, acting nuts right now. I'm being nuts right now. I'm even if I'm wrong, this is how I see it. Like I'll cut my granny off because this is how it needs to be, and this is how dedicated to this concept, idea, or mission that I'm on is that I'm cut my granny off.
it reminds me of, I think
Wild.
it was Michael Jordan, but I forget who it was. was like, "Yeah, I'd dunk on my mom if she was in the lane. Like, I don't care. Like, whoever's in the lane, they get dunked on." And I was like, "Wow, that's crazy. You dunk on your mom." And he's like, "Ah, fuck grandma. If she ain't coming correct, how I said, fuck them." That's so funny. One more verse.
Well, the biggest, most catchy part first, obviously, right? Where he screams mustard, which was insane the first time I heard that. That's important. That is
Why?
important.
Why is this important? Is it important just because it's
Sonically,
memorable? It's funny. It's
yeah.
like a big sonic moment in the song.
It lends to Kendrick's understanding of audience and how he's perceived by the audience and how people will perceive what he does. So it shows masterfulness in songwriting. For me to know that what the thing where he said top of the morning, when he did that, that went viral. He did so many things on a record that went viral because he knows that people think of him as the rapidy rapper, super lyrical. Everything has a double meaning and all that. Drake even told him, like, hit me with a double entendre, bro. You know what I'm saying? But he hits you with things that are just memorable and fun. It's like, I can do this. I can do it at a different level as well as make everyone pay attention to something. Freaking Heinz or whatever had to use this in a commercial.
So is he? So he does this to make a sonic moment in the middle of the song. Like that's the whole point.
Yes. The entire point is a moment, a hook, as we've
A
said plenty of
hook.
times.
A
A
hook.
hook. I'm gonna give you a moment and something because it's something you don't expect and it works within the song and narrative, right? It works. It doesn't feel like you're just doing it and oh yeah, this is stupid. You are laughing with him at the whole moment. You know what I'm saying? You're not like, oh, that's a bad idea. And then now everybody's enjoying it. Now everyone at every show is going to scream mustard as loud as they can.
Well, that's part of the thing, right? For Mustard, it's like you've doubled his fame, right? You doubled his fame with Not Like Us, and then you doubled his fame again with TV
Yeah.
Off. But also, the nigga's like gonna run around Cali or wherever, and people constantly yell Mustard.
Mustard. They were doing that shit probably for like, they're still doing it now.
He's gotta be like, y'all leave me. I can't walk down the street without being Mustard. Like, I'm so sick of this.
Completely. Now, first line he calls back to Biggie. Ain't no other kings in this rap thing, the siblings. Nothing but my children. One shot, they're disappearing. But they he calls back to Biggie, and that Biggie line is on Kicking the Door, right? On
Yeah.
your favorite Biggie album,
Yes.
Life After Death. Your favorite.
Yes.
But
The best. Yes. Dig it.
I'm in the city where the flag be getting thrown like it was pass interference, padlock around the building, crash pulling up an unmarked truck just to play freeze tag with a bone to pick like it was Seabass. That's when he's rapping. He just like started rapping right here.
Hold on. What did he say? What did he say? I'm in the city. What did he say? I'm in the city where the flag be getting thrown like it was pass
Pass
interference.
interference. So flags being thrown like colors, like gang
Oh,
colors flags.
oh, the
And you know, you
blood
throw a flag on the
flag.
field, you throw a flag for a
Padlock
penalty.
around the building. What's that?
Padlock around the building is because you're getting contained by the police. Crash pulling up in an unmarked truck just to play freeze tag.
Oh, Crash is the gang unit.
Yeah. So they lock you in that bitch, come through, crash you out, unmarked truck, stick them up. Everybody stick them up just to play freeze tag with a bone to pick like it was Seabass. Like
What?
The
What is
bone to
that?
pick.
Go on.
The bone to pick is like we already mad at you niggas. So it's like we've been chasing you niggas. We hate you niggas. We the 12 coming to get you guys. And the bone to pick like Seabass is just like the bones within a Seabass. You catch that bar, right?
With a bone to pick like sea bass, because sea bass is a fish that is served with bones.
With bones.
So you would have
And
to
with
pick the bone out of the sea bass. Somebody has to pick the bone out.
Yeah.
with a bone to pick. Like, okay, all right, okay.
I love how
That's
much you focused on that one.
woo. That was some rapidy shite right
Is
there.
it?
The
So
one I
when I made
needed.
it out,
Go ahead.
I made about 50K from a show trying to show niggas the ropes before they hung from a rope. I'm
Ooh, he's trying to get
prophetic.
niggas free.
They only talk trying to get niggas
Trying to
free.
rap like it's trying to let the slaves free.
I feel like, okay, just to interject, I feel like maybe we should do a video. I don't know if people would like it, but I would like it. We should do a video of what Drake should have brought up. Like what you could have done and what he should have brought up if you really wanted to battle Kendrick Lamar.
You could do that. You could do that. You could do that. What Drake should have said. That could be crazy.
That would be crazy. I'm prophetic. They only talk about how I get it, only good for saving face,
I
seeing
thought you were going to say, which you could also do a video on all the times that Kendrick tried to get the slaves freed.
But that's all I would say. I would do is like try to show hypocrisy within his actual work and lyrics, which you could do. You could do that with anybody's lyrics. Anybody can be battled. It's about you got to play it until somebody punches you in the face. Can you duck?
I mean, if you had Robin Thede come in do her Dr. Hadessa Hotep shit. And then he's like rapping with Dr. Umar and trying to make it sound like this is how Kendrick raps. Like, then you are repositioning how the audience sees Kendrick and not just going like, you try to get the slaves freed. Like, that don't reposition how anybody sees Kendrick.
You're short. Okay. But anyways, we went back.
That the battle is often about inception, that I reposition
3,000%.
how the audience sees you. And then you are fucked because you're like, shit, now they see me like this. You have changed how they see, right? And like, you're short. We already know he's short. You're not one of us. That just changed the conversation now, right? That's an inception. Like, Drake don't understand this shit.
At all. I'm prophetic. I only talk about how I get it. Only good for saving face, seeing the cosmetics. Hurry up and get your muscle
How
up.
many heads I gotta take to level my aesthetics?
And that heads comment there shows you the TV off reference with taking off somebody's head, cutting somebody down to size to level.
But he was just talking about face and cosmetics.
So the aesthetics is reference to the face and cosmetics idea is only good for saving face, seeing the cosmetics. So you're saving face and you're doing that cosmetically, right? You could say that's reference to like your cosmetic changes, cosmetic surgery, and you're trying to save face by literally hiding what your actual features are, like your natural features and who you are, and you're trying to save face like I actually didn't do that, or this is how you're changing the narrative of the conversation. And then he's saying how many heads I got to take the level I got to take to level my aesthetics, right? So it's like how many, so if it's reference to the other line, it's like what type of cosmetic surgery I need to do to y'all to get y'all to the same space, as well as taking people's heads off, cutting it off, turning their TV off to level down to cut people down to size. Now, to level down to my extent.
I criticized Drake in Family Matters for doing 90% of the verse with one simple sound, right? Like the rhyming sound was the same E sound through most of the verses, a very simple sound to rhyme. And I want to note in this particular verse, Kendrick changes the rhyming sound, right? But then the last part of the song does end on the same sound, right? But look what he does. He rhymes get it with cosmetics, with aesthetics, with plyometric, with highest metric, with I bet it, with tell it. So these are not like simple rhythmic choices that you would find in a rhyming dictionary or that any fifth grader would say, what word rhymes with free? And they'd name all the words that he rhymed in Family Matters. You would not normally come up with cosmetics rhymes with aesthetics, rhymes with plyometric, highest, like you wouldn't think of that. So this is a rapper making more complicated connections between rhyming possibilities. This is what I'm talking about.
This is like some rapidy rap shit too. This is like you put on the that certain rapidy MC hat, and you're like, yo, the sensations, proclamations, incantations, lyrical, miracle, spiritual, plyometric, highest metric,
Yes,
in
yeah.
a pop song. So
Yes.
he rapidly rapped in a pop song and nobody gave a damn, right? And then ended off to let people know that I'm bringing this shit to the Super Bowl, walking New Orleans with the etiquette of LA, yelling mustard.
But
Great shit.
the alliteration in that walk in New Orleans with the etiquette of LA yelling. That's 3 L
Yeah,
etiquette
yeah.
of LA yelling. Like that's three sounds all together there that kind of fit, and it can kind of collapse in the ear, but it's kind of beautiful the way it kind of like the way it kind of slants downward with the etiquette of LA yelling mustard. Like that's a really powerful sonic moment in the song.
I forgot that term. Because it's a term of alliteration that's not like it's the sound that's
Because
it's
it's
assonance.
it's the ed, L,
Yeah, that's
etiquette,
assonance. Yeah.
LA yelling to the right?
Yeah,
That
so you're hitting the same sounds. It's not the exact same letter, but it gives you the same sounds, and it
right.
has the same. It's the same difficulty when trying to spit it because you're using these same vowel sounds, and pulling it off. But yeah, this and then ends it out with the mustard callback to turn his TV off, and then you got the feature. Shit gets crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious, crazy, scary.
Do you need this speak? Do you need that feature there?
Yeah, I think it's a dope outro. Were you hating?
No, I'm not hating. I'm like we've done so much. We've come so far in the song. It's just Kendrick. Kendrick is saying turn his TV off. Why not
Tonight you're
just
gonna be at
stop
no
there?
because you're still being menacing and you still have that, and he's also looking out for people back home, so he has that feature that's important. And let me just say this: track comes on, you have turn his TV off as a hook, mustard as a big crowd moment. The next big crowd moment is this, and you're gonna be there tonight. I want you to take your phone out, take your phone out, shine it, and then I could clip it, put it in here in this video. No, but shine it so you can see the crowd is going to say crazy, scary, spooky,
For
hilarious. It's
sure.
another hook.
It's a hook. It's a hook. I mean, see, like if I'm a producer, I'm wondering, can we put that hook somewhere else in the song? Because we don't usually introduce an entirely new element at the very end of the song. So maybe we
50
put that
does.
like maybe put that like a third of the way songs the way through. So then when it comes back at the end, it's a callback and it brings you up a little bit more than just sort of a entirely new element.
New element, that's an outro. So thing I
Mm-hmm.
loved about 50 was
Mm-hmm.
that he would have the intro hook, but it
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't be the hook of the actual song. It wouldn't be the chorus of the actual song, like
Mm-hmm.
LAPD, NYPD, LAPD. It's the mud dip, man. I don't remember the words of that song, but that used to be so catchy. And then the chorus came and it's completely different. He used to do that on all his mixtapes. And I feel like this is that, but with the outro versus the intro. But yes, amazing track. I understand why it's your favorite. I hope you guys enjoyed this. We're going to continue to break down GNX. It's been Rap Latte.
Yeah.
We out.